part of the podcast? People are going to think I'm a lunatic.
You are a lunatic.
I'm drinking my grass.
Yes.
As opposed to smoking it. Other people smoke it, I drink it.
It's not the same kind.
How do you know?
I assume it's not.
There could be that kind of grass in here too. This is supposed to be full of nutrient density. See? It smells like grass. Does it not smell like grass?
It smells like lawn clippings.
Yes, it does. That's the fucked up part. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I gotta enter my persona.
Yeah.
I am now ready.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Not Robots Podcast. It is episode 15, and that's your host, Harry. What are you...
I'm drinking my grass.
Oh, God.
Can I drink my grass in peace?
Man, that stuff smells like lawn clippings. Yes. Look at that. See? Hand, right direction.
Not 6,
everything.
mind you.
Yeah, I still don't understand why you do hand signals for a podcast. Yeah, gotcha.
Because they can sense them.
They can sense hand signals to a
Yes.
podcast. They who? The infamous they, or they as in like
No, they.
the actual audience?
No, they.
The actual audience?
No,
or
they.
They who?
Yes, them.
Those guys?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Hi, that's Pete.
Moving on. And today we're going to be talking about first world
You
problems.
hear that strange squeaking noise? He didn't oil his jaw. That's proof he's a robot. That is absolute proof right there.
What?
Okay, yes, sir. So
Probably
first
my
world,
sinuses.
first world problems. Yes.
All right, so
yes,
I'm at home on my PC. That's
politically correct. He's working on his politically correctness right there.
personal computer.
Oh, my bad. You know all these abbreviations. They're all the same. They're all the same.
My nice multi-monitor setup, and I'm using my head tracking, which is a thing where you put on your headphones or on your hat, and then when you turn your head, you can look through it. And this is on my flight simulator. That's a space flight simulator. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the game. It's called Elite Dangerous.
Would you be flying in space though?
Yes.
Why
yes.
would you be flying?
Okay, or cruising, or traveling, whatever sort of thing you want to call it.
Isn't flight a thing that's you break gravity's hold on an object by creating potentially an airfoil and exerting forces which permit that airfoil to enter the air? That's flying. So since there's no air how are you doing that?
Let me ask you this.
How are you doing that?
It has a glide feature when you're going towards the land, like
Yeah,
any
but
sort
so
of
you were
stellar body
so
that you're actually going to go to the surface of.
wouldn't that be called landing?
On landing.
Yeah, but that you're not flying though.
Anyways, so
I'm just
whatever
saying.
traveling of some sort in my flight simulator.
You're not flight simulating because you're not flying.
Engage my drive in order to jump to hyperdrive. It's called.
Was it like spindles, or are we talking? What kind of drive was
Well,
it? Was
specifically,
first was it crucial, or was it
specifically
Maxtor,
Einstein's
or
frame shift drive, or his theory of shifting your frame of reference. It's called a frame shift drive.
What kind of computer did you have this frame shift drive in? And
Well,
who
it's
manufactured? Is this an Alienware computer?
No, that one's. It's not the one that I actually use for gaming, but no, I've done lots of stuff with computers. My kids both have their own gaming computers. I've got a bunch of laptops, a bunch of desktops, and I've always worked on people's computers. I always built my own and so on.
So this wasn't a solid state drive.
It is a solid state drive, of course.
Okay.
I don't use spinny stuff anymore.
Okay. So how did Einstein have anything to do with your solid state drive?
No. The computer is a solid state drive. My theoretical spaceship has a frame shift drive.
It's a theoretical spaceship.
Yes, in the game. I'm playing a game. Okay, so it's a space flight simulator. It's called Elite Danger. If you've never heard of it, look it up. Elite Danger.
Space travel.
So, anyways, I max throttled. I engaged my frame shift drive towards the star signature that I wanted to go to.
May I ask though? So you've got throttle on a ship in space. Right?
Yes.
What kind of fuel are you using?
Hydrogen.
You got hydrogen. So it's a hydrogen powered ship.
Yes.
So it's a nuclear powered ship,
Nuclear, hydrogen.
and it's generating enough thrust, or is the hydrogen? So explain how your engine system works.
Okay, so there's three types of modes of travel.
Mm-hmm.
So one is where you're using your thrusters, and then there's two under the frame shift drive. One is the lower speed of the frame shifting called super cruise, where it's where you can travel anywhere between, say, maybe I think it's 0.03, the speed of light is the slowest that you can go, and then all the way up to, I believe, 3,500 times the speed of light, somewhere in between there.
So this is faster than the Enterprise ever traveled,
No, well, the Enterprise went warp 9.9.
which was only 2,000 times the speed of light. I thought.
We don't have the G here to look it up. Or, I mean, I suppose you
Your
could.
friend,
You have
you know, you left your child at home, so
Yes.
we can't.
Oh, it's
Once
a little
again,
cheeseburger.
proving that it's you're a robot. But go ahead.
But-
yeah, that was 2,000.
Then the third option is
Is it
what
2000?
you engage the actual hyperdrive itself, and you'll go from wherever it is you are in that specific star system, that solar system, to the signature of the next solar system, the solar system that you choose from that specific star.
signature.
Yeah, well, it's an
Like a
actual
check.
one-to-one representation of the real Milky Way galaxy.
Like a check that's going to sign something.
Yeah, like the same idea where in the Expanse, for example, they use a lot
haven't
of.
seen it.
Okay, well,
I have no reference there. I've not shown.
you have Amazon Prime.
Yes.
You should watch it. There's 4 seasons. It's a very good show.
I heard that the Four Seasons is a great place to stay, and they
I-
have
that's what I hear,
wonderful
too.
high tea.
There are 4 seasons of the Expanse, though.
Oh,
Well, it started off at Sci-Fi, and I guess it was too good for Sci-Fi. So obviously somebody else picked it up. Like anytime it's a good show on Sci-Fi, they go, "Oh,
Did you just say it was too good for sci-fi?
it must have been."
The sci-fi that brought us Moya, the sci-fi that brought us Mal. How could anything be too good for that?
How long did they stay on Sci-Fi before somebody else picked them up?
Let's see now. Farscape never got picked up off of Sci-Fi, and Farscape was like, Jesus, 7, 8 seasons, and ended in a movie that was incredibly tear-jerking. I need another sip of my grass.
All right. So, anyways, I'm jumping to the next star system, and I start getting basically the compression that happens is where you see all the stars and everything basically completely compress around you as you almost immediately go to the next system. Because in the Einstein's theory of shifting your frame of reference for interstellar travel, that's basically what would happen, only it would have been instantaneous. Well, the game uses that as its load screen, where you're actually traveling through a space they call witch space, which isn't really in either, kind of like its own sort of dimension that it made up for the game. It's really just for its load screen purposes. But it's in a space that doesn't really exist, because under Einstein's theory it would have been instantaneous.
But how could...
Anyways,
Isn't that matter transmission then?
sort of, yeah. It wasn't just Einstein that theorized this. There were a lot of spin-offs from it specifically over Einstein's theory.
So that's not the Dune concept of folding space.
No, that's the same idea as warp, which, if you actually follow what warp does, they're not actually warping. I know warping would actually be where you take point A and point B
And
and put them together, and boom, you're at point B. That's frame shift. If you're actually doing what it is they're showing, it would be more along the lines of how this game represents it, It would take point A and point B, and all the space that's between it, it would compress it to where it's a very short distance. So it would be, in essence, shifting your frame of reference, but now there's a load screen. Where warp would be instantaneous. And they never do it. They go, oh, we're going this specific speed. We're traveling at X the speed of light, because warp 1 was the speed of light.
So, in essence, an anime series stole it because that's instant transmission.
Well, no, that I wouldn't say they stole it. They just used Einstein's theory.
Yeah, but there's no ship though.
It doesn't necessarily have to be on a spaceship. It could be in a phone booth, powered by a sun.
There was an entity that did it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know specifically which show you're talking about. Which show are you talking about?
Dragon Ball.
Oh, Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's been going on for like forever, right?
Goku has instant transmission.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of Dragon Ball. I can't really get into
Remember,
it.
there's multiple. We won't go down.
So anyway, so
Rabbit
to
hole.
the problem. We'll get to the problem.
So yeah, your screen turned blue.
So as the
because
stars and everything started compressing around me,
your screen puked.
well, the lines in the thing start going blue right in the outer edges of the screen, as almost as like as
Tunnel vision-ish.
a tunnel vision sort of thing starts happening, and they use a blue effect, kind of like where it's almost streaking along the glass of the canopy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I use head tracking, and it also has VR to this game, and my VR headset I don't think is good enough. I use the PlayStation VR headset, and its resolution's kind of low, so it's a little hard to read stuff. But in the new ones, like the Rift S, for example, the latest, man, it's so clear on those. You really do feel like you're actually in. You're a space pilot, man. It's like you really do feel like you're there. It's really good. But anyway, so as it's compressing around me and the blue sort of tunnel vision starting to happening, the ship just all of a sudden does that instant lurch forward before it hits witch space, and everything went blue and error, smiley face. PC ran into a problem. Like, I went so fast in hyperspace that the entire thing jumped right to a blue screen of death. And I mean, I used to run a business based upon software conflict resolution, or shorthand. When everybody has, say somebody has a tremendous amount of problems.
Tech support.
Yeah, tech support. I'm having this problem. I got this problem. My computer keeps blue screening. And I would go, oh, no problem. We have it. We'll get a hold of it. I'll figure it out.
This is tech support. Yes. My computer screen is dark. Sir, did you turn it on? You're supposed to turn them on.
Well, so I checked the error, because it tells you which is error
Yep.
at the bottom when Windows 10 blue screens. So I look it up as my computer's restarting right there, on my phone, and little thumb movements.
His phone makes really odd noises that he has to emulate. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, they're listening, so I'm just simulating the thumb movement.
Oh, those are those sound effects for those of
clacking.
you who are not watching the YouTube rendition
Yeah, you
of
don't wanna
him
see the
thumbing
outtakes.
the air.
Yeah, don't watch the YouTube outtakes thing. Sometimes we put jokes in there that are just wrong. They might offend
don't, no,
people.
that's right. Don't watch those.
Yeah, don't watch those.
Yeah,
I don't recommend it at all.
We cross the line a little here and there.
A little bit.
We edit that out
Most of it.
to make it G.
Not usually on the YouTube.
To make it G.
Only in here.
To make it G.
On this.
Yes, it's G.
But not there.
It's a G thing.
Yeah, so don't watch that.
It's nothing but a G thing.
It's not recommended.
Yeah, no, don't watch YouTube. No bad.
So anyway, so I look it up.
And your screen is blue. Well, no, it's not blue. It's coming back.
No,
now.
it's transmitting the error and loading the error and sending it off to Microsoft or whatever it does when it blue screens now on Windows 10.
You let them listen to you?
Only on that, because I have all the other switches turned to F off.
Okay.
No, OFF.
Yes.
Off.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, not turning.
No. Not.
Well, I used to have this pilot that submitted this one maintenance action form when I was in the Navy. He said the IFF does not work in OFF position. Identifier friend to foe doesn't work in off. No kidding. The tech signed it off as R&R nut behind stick. As in remove and replace the pilot. He's an idiot. So I look it up on my phone, and it has to do with a driver for my webcam. I'm like, well, that's strange because I have a Logitech webcam plugged in through USB, and I'm not running its drivers. And it specifically said the Logitech driver ran into a loop and forced it to shut down instead of shutting down just the camera. Anyways, first world problems. I know nobody gives a shit, but you know,
I care.
how do you deal with this?
Well, first off,
Uh-huh.
you're not flying because you're in space. You're not flying in space. Let's resolve that right now.
Okay.
Because your controlled drift. That's not flight. Flight and controlled drift are completely different things.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're not flying. And if you're making jumps between point A to point B, that's definitely not flying. That's actually rewriting some semblance of the laws of physics.
Yeah.
So that's not flying either.
Well, it has Newtonian physics in the entirety of the game.
Yeah, but you're still not flying.
No.
Because we do not have a craft that can account for gravity wells adequately yet. We don't. I don't even know if we theorized well enough to figure that out.
Gravity wells are taken into
in the game.
In the game, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, based on our comprehension of them,
It even has this planet that is commonly referred to. It has a beacon on it as well. It's commonly referred to as Strong G, and it's like basically landed in a system that has like I want to say like 11 stars. It's the only planet in the whole system, and its gravity is 9.6 Earth gravities. So landing on this planet is basically like a rite of passage for a good pilot. I haven't attempted it yet because I have trouble with ones that are like 6G. Yeah. Can you believe I was a pilot in the Navy? A little hard to understand, but
you're only dealing with one.
Well, at the same time, I also wasn't dealing with lateral thrusters. Didn't have vertical takeoff.
VTOL,
Yeah, your vertical thrusters, for example, have those in the space games. Yeah, there's actually two different flight models that you can use when in space in this game too. Is you have flight assist, which is when you move the stick, like to the left, say 10 degrees, it'll roll your ship 10 degrees and stop at 10 degrees. Well, when you turn your flight assist off, which is the other flight model, is when you roll it,
real world,
it just continues because of momentum.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Right.
Nothing,
well, your thrusters
theoretically nothing
give you
that
whatever it is 10% or whatever it is to roll 10%, and then immediately reverse thruster on the other sides of the thing to get it to stop because you stop moving the stick.
Correct. That would be.
Well,
but you'd have to do that manually.
Right. Yeah.
So it'd be
with the flight assist model turned off, or flight assist off in this case. When you just tap the stick, it will continue to roll at whatever speed it is that you've generated for the counter thrust.
You could whack that thing real good and get yourself into
you can corkscrew the crap out of it. So if you went full roll,
a lot of fun if you're trying to blast something
vertical,
in front of you.
You went full tilt in every sort of direction you possibly can, and then hit, because you have a engine boosting as well, and you can adjust, say, like when they say on the bridge of the Enterprise, full power to shields. You can do the same thing. You can have full power to engines in this case, and you can really whip it around and give yourself some serious vertigo, especially in VR.
And crystals start to fail.
Well, it doesn't use the lithium crystals on this. It uses hydrogen. That's how it's able to refuel at certain type stars too.
You just drop a tube out and suck some star in?
Basically. Shorthand, not exactly like that, but yes.
There you go. Deploy the star sucking tube.
It's called a fuel scoop, but
what have you?
Yeah, it's the star sucking tube. It's good. I like that.
We can rename it now.
Yeah.
I get 5% of the vote.
The SST. Yeah. Deploy the SST.
What is that? The star sucking tube.
Well, if we ever end up on a spaceship, if you watch the
Episode 2.
We'll call the Rocinante, for example.
Wouldn't it be like episode 2? Because we were on a space station in episode 2.
No, on episode 2, we were on a generation ship, basically.
Yeah, we were on an arc.
Well, actually, we were inside of a Honda SUV, but we were talking about how to survive in space in episode 2. I'm glad you remember it was the second one.
I think.
Yeah, it was. I think. I'm second guessing myself. We had one that was on your couch, and then in post processing, I was like, man, that fish tank.
Yeah, because we didn't want to do it by the water, so then we went out and we drove River Road.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. That was episode 2.
Yeah.
Revenge of the
Yeah. Well, it was by the end. It was the Revenge of the Black Soldier Fly. Look at what they built. But let's see. The third one was your back porch.
Yep.
And you heard plenty of animals and stuff in that one. Not quite.
Who that? Okay.
Yeah. Who that is? Who that was? Yo, dog. It's all good.
The gentle buzz of the Florida mosquito.
Oh, yeah, the state bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that child down!
Funny other things. Oh, man. What would happen if all of the mosquitoes died suddenly? Do you have any idea?
Florida would be a much more pleasant place.
Well, we'd have less birds, too, though. But would it be worth it? I mean, the fish population would probably increase.
Huh?
Well, just thinking in less birds sort of scenario.
So it would be better fishing.
If the same birds were eating mosquitoes as fish, they'd have to be. Well, they'd be good at both of those. I don't think it'd be the same birds.
There'd be better fishing.
Yeah.
Except for there'd be less bait fish because you assume the bait fish were eating mosquito larvae.
Oh yeah. Man, that wouldn't work out too well.
And then
either.
the dragonfly population would drop to nothing, and they are the coolest things.
They really are.
Especially when you get that high mosquito population, and that one batch of dragonflies is born. You get that one day, and you look up, and there's hundreds of them.
Just the mosquitoes just flying by crazily, just devouring everything.
Yeah, so mosquitoes being gone would suck just a little. Unless the dragonfly evolves.
The mosquitoes were gone, it'd suck a little less too.
Well, the dragonflies could evolve, start chewing on people. Right?
Ooh.
Be a protein source.
Ooh, could you imagine if the dragonflies started biting like mosquitoes?
That's what they eat.
No, not eating mosquitoes, biting humans like mosquitoes.
Oh no, that would be unpleasant.
Oh my goodness, we'd have people dying from lack of blood.
And not like malaria. Or
Nobody would have blood pressure issues anymore.
Seriously.
And
it'd be ugly.
I think their transmission, because their tube would probably be a lot bigger than mosquitoes.
You're considering the size of them?
Yeah, they'd be using like a 00 gauge for a horse needle.
Chunk.
Oh!
Oh my god, it would be worse than being bitten by a horsefly.
Oh man, could you imagine how big the welt would be from a...
Welt? Crater?
Yeah, oh man.
You'd be like, honey, why is like 2 inches of skin missing? I got bitten by a dragonfly on the way in.
I think we'd have to rename them from dragonflies to actual dragons. And
dragon leeches?
I bet those bites would really burn too. Just a little?
Grass. Yeah, just a little.
More grass.
I love the grass.
Yeah,
the grass is good for you.
I bet.
Full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals.
Ugh.
I think I got a little soil in that one. Stuck in a tooth.
Yeah. So, speaking of first world problems, it kind of looks like we're not going to be getting the house that we wanted. We looked at a whole bunch of houses, and if you listen to this, you probably have heard that I've seen one with a bomb shelter. Which
the
was
bomb shelter
cool.
one was the bomb.
Other than it was really narrow and it wouldn't really work out.
I'm telling you, you could have widened it.
No, probably not.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Plus, I really didn't like its location.
You had a bomb shelter.
If that house was like picked up, moved somewhere else, and then widened, Basically, if you redid the entire house, probably easier to make a bomb shelter. Um, but
I figured we'd just take a sawzall down the middle of it and then just add 3 or 4 feet.
well,
They're kind of like when you stretch a car and turn it into a limo.
well, first world problems. The reason why we're probably not getting it is because it looks like somebody in another state filed taxes under my name in a year that I was in Iraq for the entire year, and that state is having trouble with me proving that I wasn't there. Well, it was 11 years ago, so nobody carries any of the records past 7 years. So,
But the federal government does. You're an employee of the federal government. They have a record of the fact
sure
that
do.
you were where you were.
And who I got paid for? By. Yeah.
With or something. Yeah.
Well, if only that state would listen to the federal government, and
but that's
I have all the paperwork
attached to the federal government.
Yeah, it is. It's literally right next to them. Literally,
Right next
they
to
use
them.
the same road.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I have all of my tax paperwork in, but thank goodness for Jackson Hewitt, they actually had all my tax paperwork from 11 years ago. And they're not even required to carry more than 7 years worth of stuff. So, hey, bravo to Jackson Hewitt. But it also turns out that
kick in and sponsor us a little, because we just kind of gave you a big
we have no
kudos
sponsors.
there. So come on, man, we could use a sponsor. Help a brother out. Okay.
We have no sponsors. We got a placeholder from the company that actually hosts our stuff at the beginning of these usually. If you've heard these before, usually right at the beginning of it, actually one of them it's mid-roll because we had the problem with the camera, the one that records the outtakes. And yeah, but we don't have any sponsors. But so we're kind of open as long as it's not like Raid Shadow Legends or something dumb, you know. No, if you're like, hey, we like that, look at some goofy game on your phone. We don't play these. But
I'm drinking some more grass, by the way, folks.
But anyway, so I have all the paperwork from Jackson Hewitt, and I sent it to the underwriter for the guys because I was trying to buy a house. And they're like, hey, everything looks great. Let's call him. We'll get it taken care of. And I was like, all right, what else do we need? He said, we probably need a limited power of attorney. We fill that out. It is sent into him. They call him, even with the power of attorney, and the state won't talk to him. Boom. Flat nothing. Oh, no, unless you're a lawyer yourself or you're me, we won't talk to you. So
I'm sure there's been fraud. You remember one bad egg. That's all it took. So that somebody's probably frauded them, and now they're concerned and they're protecting their interests.
Well, again, first world problem is that you are in a good enough position where somebody can actually defraud you. But
your state.
Yeah.
You know, being in a state of being is powerful, and people want to have your state of being. So,
well, having that positive state of mind most of the time, you know, trying to look at the bright side to everything, and you know, I think
Skittles and rainbows.
Everything happens for a reason.
My Little Pony and
even My Little Pony
Care
must have happened for a
Bears
reason.
and junk. Gotcha.
I think My Little Pony might have happened for if you go to say, when you're looking at a website and it says, do you accept, and it has like the yes or no, I think My Little Pony was there for the My Little Pony website for if somebody clicks no, or I'm not at least 18 on that, and tries to accept without being at least over the age of whatever it is required, that when they hit no, that person who wrote the website can redirect them to My Little Pony. I mean, at least in every website I've ever written, that's what I've done.
I can't say that because that would have taken this from G to
Oh,
to
no,
madness,
no.
want
We don't
that.
need any of the letters further down the
Yeah,
alphabet.
that we would have crossed
Yeah.
really fast.
Yeah, a lot further than the PG.
Yeah,
no,
so I restrained myself
No,
there.
you
Because you opened the door, then I was like, oh, my foot, no, can't do that.
hey, we covered that with the,
No, we didn't. No,
the Sony thing a
we're
while
not-
back.
we're-
Remember when we were talking about the
Blu-ray
and the HD DVD and why the Blu-ray run? Yeah.
we did, but we
Listen a few
we
episodes
did-
back
we
if you
did-
want to hear that
yeah,
one.
But it was still fairly PG there-ish.
Yeah, we squeaked into the PG, yeah.
This would have gone straight into the wee hours after dark.
Oh.
We shan't do that now, shall we?
Oh, what was it called? What were we calling the After Dark thing?
Oh, it was What did we call Not Robots After Dark?
No, it wasn't.
Oh man, we're gonna have to go back and listen to that
I'm
episode.
gonna have
So
to- I don't remember. Oh man. Well, anyway, so I got all the paperwork in, proving that look, I have the foreign earned income tax exclusion, and that this state of where it is actually honors it, and that I actually voluntarily paid the state taxes of that state because I deployed from that state.
but that's what you see.
But I was-
Lies the problem.
well,
you were a good and model
my
citizen.
my problem turns out to be that I should have never filed
Correct.
state taxes with that state.
Exactly. You were a good and model citizen. In fact, you were an exemplary citizen of that state, and you've paid the price for it.
Yeah, so every time I call, they add $1,050 to the amount that I owe, according to them.
Why?
Because I called 3 times. The first time it came out to be $7,500. I called 2 more times, and now it's $9,600.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Stop calling them.
I don't want to call them anymore.
Don't write
It's not
them,
me anyways.
Don't write them a letter.
It's not me anyways.
It is you.
No, I'm saying the whatever amount that they have, they got it listed underneath my name, but it was never even underneath my social security.
But it's you though.
It's not me.
It is right now.
According to that state, it is.
Exactly.
But if you run my credit check, it doesn't come up.
But you
It's
are
nothing at all.
But you are just presumption, just like time.
See, here's the problem. This proves that it's definitely not me because my wife and I have been filing joint taxes ever since we got married 18 years ago.
What about that Swiss bank account that she keeps? Oh, shit.
I sure hope she does. Honestly, with the type of money that I used to make and the job previous to the one that I've been at for 10 years, that amount of money, I hope that somewhere in like, say we've been married 50 years and mysteriously she says, hey, I threw it all into this account and it's been gaining interest ever since. Or she says, hey, our daughter's going to college, we could pay for it because I put a bunch here. I really do hope at some point she goes, yes, I've been hiding money from you. And I'll be like, thank you, baby. You know? But I really don't think that's the case.
Yes, I've been hiding money from you, and we can now afford to buy the state of Texas.
Whoa. Boy, that would be expensive because they have their own everything. How much do you think the state of Texas would cost? I mean, we know what the Louisiana Purchase was.
4 cockle shells and...
It wasn't much. But we know how the Spanish took Florida.
Some beads and a snake's tooth.
Oh, no.
I mean,
No.
Texas.
No.
That's what we
Well,
said.
taking Florida.
Oh, wait, Texas. It would have to be 2 scorpion tails and a... I'm going to have to think about what else would go with it.
Nice set of cowboy boots.
A cow patty or 2.
No. I don't think that even with like, I don't know, the amount of money anybody has, or you combine any 2 or 3 people in the world, you couldn't buy Texas. I don't think it would be enough.
I don't know.
Because
Jeff may be able to afford Texas.
Jeff
Jeff Bezos.
Who's that?
Amazon.
Oh, maybe.
He may be able to afford Texas.
Yeah, that the company that went, FedEx? We'll make our own.
Yeah, that's a little disturbing considering now I see the fleet of prime trucks. I'm waiting for them to obsolete them, and I'll hear my phone will ring. This is drone R417. Your delivery is waiting outside. Please open your door.
No. When you got the power garage door openers, and that drone has the power code for your garage door,
And it's leaving stuff. It's just
leaving
coming and
stuff
going
in
and
the
leaving
garage.
stuff. Yeah, that's coming.
Hey man, now what if they
That's
go,
coming.
that house is not occupied because they are snowbirds, and here in Florida it's unoccupied for 6 months out of the year.
At least.
Well, yeah, at least. We should use that as a small staging point and have the drones drop off a whole bunch of boxes.
Oh my lord, that would be brilliant.
Could you imagine if like their grandson showed up to the house one day, goes to open the garage, and there's
And
like a fleet of drones pulling boxes out of it?
Grandma, they've turned the house into a staging. Oh no! Stop! And that's the last you hear.
Well, she's the granddaughter's a little tall, so
But
the
it's a
drone came
grandson,
out
so-
and she got a new haircut and probably a couple of new PlayStations or
Bring
whatever's
the-
in those boxes.
Bring the page boy back.
You know, if like that reminds me of like Porch Pirates, for example. When somebody sees like an Amazon
like-
box on
Ice Pirates or Pirates of the Caribbean.
no, it's people that steal stuff off of other people's driveway. Because again, first world problems is that we have everything delivered to us. Speaking of which, we as in Americans.
Wait. Last I checked.
Hold on.
I was sworn in. I bleed red, white, and blue. I don't have everything delivered to me.
Well, you not yet. You haven't adopted to that yet.
No, I refuse to. I will not Wally.
Okay, well, I waleed today. All right, I wanted Chinese food from a place that didn't deliver. I had wearing my pajama pants and pajama shirt all day long.
Okay.
And I went, you know what? So I want the black and white bear Chinese food, and I want it to my house in an express.
Food.
I know, it's Americanized.
Not even American. No. Chinese food here is Americanized. That's just
delicious.
no. It's just McGregor's Asian-ish esque.
Yes, it's the old McD's and the Chinese version.
I don't want to deal with their lawyers.
Who?
Yeah.
McDougal's.
Yeah, can you get those in because the spiral corn things that you use to
anyways,
but
that's not their version of Chinese food.
You have the administrative gall to admit you eat that? And call it Chinese food. I'm offended for American Chinese food.
Anyways, I wanted that.
Okay, and
they don't deliver.
And here's the sad part. For you, that's what, a 7-minute drive? Is it even 7? Is it even 7?
It's probably 7 minutes there. And then you gotta wait because the line will be out through the door because the place is popular. And even not having to wait in line, you're in the pickup line. So you still have to wait for the one guy or girl that's up there that's bitching about getting extra sauce and chopsticks for them to finish. And then the person behind the counter will acknowledge you before the next person. Because you've already paid for your stuff and it should already be made and done there. Because when you order it, you still have to wait like half hour or whatever amount of time. It's no big deal.
Once again,
you're still doing it from your phone.
Stuff, but...
Beep bop boop, right?
Once again, there's the sounds. For those of you who cannot see the air dialing that he does there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the sounds of you clicking away on your tablet with an I or a G, and you're scrolling through the menu and you this, I want this, click, click, click.
I talk to mine.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. It's not all you talk to.
I'm offended for my phone.
Hey, I'm sure you talk to Jill all the time too.
Who?
Your left hand. When you look at the palm, it spells Jill. Did you know in your right hand, when you look at the palm, it spells Lily, Lily? So you got Jill and Lily.
My hand doesn't spell anything.
Look, hold it up, fingers up. Spread your fingers apart, just a little bit, not too far. Jill. Your left hand's name is Jill.
That's an I. I've never seen an L that short in my entire life.
Okay, so it's Jilly.
Jili?
Jil.
Jili.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the other side
even...
is Lily. Hold up your right hand palm and look at it. L.
That's an I.
L.
That's an I.
Okay, you can call her what you want, but these are the names on my hand.
Look, I'm
I
sorry.
don't talk to them.
My hands do not need names, so I don't understand what you're referring to, but okay.
Well, my Jill and Lily like scrubbing my back and the front and the sides and massaging my scalp for me. It's nice. Among other things.
Claws.
They don't clip my toenails though.
Heavy objects and such, and then usually propel them in directions. Or just hold on for dear life and try not to drop things on you.
Oh, yeah. So if you're in VR and you stand up out of your seat in whatever starship you're in, for example.
Is there gravity in your starship?
It depends. If you're near a planet, then you'll have the minor amount of gravity from whatever the percentage is that's on the planet. And if you're on their surface, you'll have whatever their gravitational pull is. Let's say, for example, you stand up, you're on a 1G planet, like something similar to Earth, right? And you're in your starship, and you're like, wow, this is great. And you're in VR. The most, like, I would say embarrassing thing is when your wife sees you stand up out of your chair and reach for the railing in the ship that isn't really there. You go to lean on it to look out of the canopy and fall out of your chair, and that's the railing's not there.
Yeah.
First world problems.
I don't have either of those. No VR, no wife. So
Oh.
easy peasy. Don't have to worry about that one bit.
Yeah, you don't have to go, hey, honey, I'm thinking about spending. No, no, no. All right, I wasn't thinking about that. I'm just kidding. Never mind. I'm gonna go sit in my corner. You don't have any of that.
You make that sound engaging. That's the word I was looking for. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no. No, I actually prefer being married over like whatever it is that you single people do, like with this whole dating thing.
I don't date.
I'm just saying,
You said you.
single people.
You
I'm lumping you into it because you're not married.
Single people.
I'm gonna lump you into it because you're not married.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Where I can't imagine, like say somebody, they're 20, 21, 22 years old, and they're looking for somebody that they want to spend the rest of their life with. Now, I know
This is no.
this may be hard for you.
That
to
generation doesn't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's say theoretically, for example, that they did. How? How would they do that now?
Well, first off, you usually find them at your local Pokestop when you're out Pokemon. Why are you laughing?
you're on the Pokemon the Go.
Oh, because that's how.
I have a question about Pokemon Go.
Yes, sir. I may have an answer.
I'm hoping you do because I know very little about Pokemon.
You're talking to the wrong person because my son is the Pokemon expert.
I think you may know enough about it to be able to answer this stuff.
I will do the best I can.
When a Pokemon game is released, there's two of them. Like there's Pokemon.
You're talking
Red
about the
and
game.
Blue.
I don't know the games. I don't
Okay.
only know the hunting-ish things.
There's
I know hunting a little.
Pokemon has a X and Y basically of everything that comes out. There's
It
always
seems
two.
to be a good and a bad. There's always
I don't know if it's good or bad.
There's balance in the Poke universe.
Balance in the force.
Yes.
I don't know enough about it, but I know that in every Pokemon game and book and basically all the cartoon stuff, there was always two episodes too that were released at the same time.
There's usually
There's always a
there's
pair.
a dichotomy.
Right.
Yes.
How come when they released the Go, there wasn't a second video game?
Go isn't a video game.
It is though.
No, it's not.
What does it do?
Pokemon Go is the. It's like your flight simulator. Wow, it comes full circle. It is a world.
Okay.
So
You see like pets on your screen and you're gonna flick your screen to an imaginary ball to hit them. I guess that's the same sort of thing as you see stars on your screen and you flick an imaginary stick and you make your imaginary ship go flying towards it. Like, I guess same thing. What are you doing? You texting?
the boy messaged me.
Oh, you better answer that then.
Yeah, I have to answer that.
Yeah, definitely. When your kids send you a first world text message, you need to first world answer them.
Yes, you do.
But
Especially
first
when
world
you only
texting
see them 9 days a month, so you.
Oh,
render
that's it? Wow.
You do your best.
You're really limited on that, huh? Is that by choice or is that because of? No, it's not by choice. I can tell. You're pulling up the Pokemon Company Niantic. What was it? It went by too quick. See, I can't pull up like Elite Dangerous on my phone or something and say, hey, this is how you fly with it, because that wouldn't really be as close to the realism that the game tries to give you. Does this give you any sort of like realism to it? Boy, that map is really, really intuitive. Hey, look, there's an egg hatching. What do? What is it? It's a blue happy ghost thing.
Oh, I didn't have one of those.
What is it? You don't know what it is either.
It's a why not?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
What?
It's a why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
Show it to the screen.
No.
Or don't.
Oh, wait, another egg.
Oh, what does that mean?
See, this is what happens.
Oh, you're hooked.
Now I gotta wait
Oh,
for the
there's
egg to
another
hatch.
one. Yay! What is it? Is it gonna hatch? Okay. So now you got one that looks like it was laid by Yoshi. And Yoshi the dinosaur laid a bird,
A pedoph.
a P-dove.
So, this, albeit not the most fantabulous world in the world, it's all GPS generated. So this is literally where my house is on the streets and subdivision.
So like it is
They just don't put the houses
the
in
the same sort of idea is that it uses a one-to-one representation of the.
there. Correct.
It uses a one-to-one representation.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And then apparently there's a Pokemon hanging out there. It's a wild cherub.
There's a Pokemon hanging out at the corner of your driveway?
Yes. In fact, this area used to be a big Pikachu spawner, and there was almost always a Pikachu down the street. So
Huh.
I would come back from picking the boy up from school and Pikachu.
Now again, I know very little about Pokemon. I assume the Pikachu was the important one.
Relative.
Because when the Pokemon movie came out,
Relative.
you know what? The Pokemon movie, when it came out, Detective Pikachu, it was only one movie, not two. Maybe that was the other half for the
game?
Pokemon Go, the game.
Yeah, they decided to just. Seriously?
Why are you doing it? Do you have to spin the ball?
You get the move.
Oh,
Stuff.
okay. Well,
Stay in there.
I don't.
Stay.
I've never done the playing of the Pokeballs.
Just say it that way. Oh, you suck.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm catching. I'm catching. I'm attempting to catch. Stay in there. All right, now you've ticked me off. Now you've ticked me off.
But you're
Okay,
pitching. You're not catching.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
What did you do? Did you just feed it?
Yes.
And you're using your blue balls?
Yes, I'm using my blue balls, as you would say.
What does that mean? Are they better?
Yes.
So blue balls are better than
Yes.
red balls?
Yes. And the black and yellow balls are the best. Well, the second best.
It sounds like whatever's happening is bad because I keep seeing great and then
No, that was great. That was a great
it
shot.
says
That was a
it
great
broke
shot.
out.
That was it. Wow,
Broke free.
he's persistent.
Is this one of the really good ones that you
Apparently.
need to waste all your nuts on, your balls, or whatever it's called?
Stay in there.
What's
Stay
it
in there.
doing?
Stay in there.
I don't understand.
Really? Now I'm really mad.
So you're gonna give it your yellow and black ball after you feed it a pineapple.
Yep.
What does that mean? May increase the chance of you catching the AIDS or whatever this animal is called?
Did you? Did you just call it?
Oh, look at it. It looks like sickle cell anemia.
It's a cherub.
What is that?
I caught it.
Was it worth it?
That was a big battle. That was annoying.
Was it worth it?
I don't know. I just catch him for the boy. I hand him the phone and he goes meh, and then he'll either trade it or give it to somebody or turn it into Stardust.
I heard you have to pay for the balls.
No, you don't.
It gives you balls?
You get balls from hitting Pokestops.
So when you hit the Pokies, it gives you the balls?
No, you go to the Pokestops, and Pokestops you get stuff.
Oh, so you go to the stops, the locations on the map
Yes.
that are special.
Yes.
The physical
Not the gyms.
location.
There's
So you actually go to a physical
right
location.
there is a Pokestop.
A physical location like
Yes.
for real.
Yes.
Oh, that explains why the kids are walking around with their phones in front of their hands.
Correct. Most of them are
This
parks and
this
churches.
really encourages people to get run over in the street.
Actually, most of them are in parks and are churches and things that are out of the beaten path.
Oh, okay.
Actually, one of the great things I liked about this game. So when I first started training outdoors, I was training at our local Sandpoint Park and the big pavilion over there.
I went
And
fishing
were
over there quite a few
very
times.
few people out. You know, you had some of the more mature population that would walk. That was my way of not saying.
That was your way of not saying that you were playing the Pokemon.
No, elderly.
Oh.
I wasn't playing Pokemon because it wasn't out yet. So at that time, you only had a few people walking their dogs. Sandpoint Park was largely dead and really fairly pathetic. Then they launched Pokemon Go. And there are 5 Pokestops in Sandpoint Park.
Oh boy. And then all of a sudden there was a lot of people.
Hundreds of people were now out wandering, talking to each other. So this game, in its I'm on a phonedness, got people to go out and interact together.
So they're walking around with their device in hand, looking at it.
Nope,
but
they weren't looking at it because you know where a Pokestop was. And if you walk near a Pokemon, it vibrates. So you look at the phone to see what's there.
Oh, so it's
So
an
you're
additional
talking
thing
to
from
each
your phone
other.
saying, look at me, touch me, look at me, poke
Exactly.
me, poke me.
So you're talking to your friend, and then your phone will go off, and you go, hey, this has shown up. Oh, I don't have one of those. And then there was communication and exchange and conversation.
And I bet the old people were looking at you like, what the heck is wrong with these
Believe it or not, Pokemon is so old that there's a lot of older generation who grew up with Pokemon.
Oh.
So you would be surprised who's
So,
actually out there playing this game.
Me being in the, I guess, middle-aged now,
You missed the Pokemon
I missed
era.
the whole Pokemon era from the
Yep.
young and the older.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, he sent me a good night. Best
Oh,
kid ever.
Is that Snuggle Bear?
I don't know.
Well, the commercials
Oh,
where
no, I
the
doubt
bear
that
would be
because
like,
then you'd have to be
"Hello."
like,
You'd have to be 40 to understand that one.
copyright and lawsuit and,
Oh,
and
no,
all
that's
that stuff.
what I'm saying. Does he look like the Snuggle Bear? Does he remind you of the Snuggle Bear?
No.
Okay. That's fair. Snuggle fair. All right. Well,
I will be back in the podcast in a second after I send my child a good night, and I just did. Okay,
yeah, you might want to stop the Pokemon.
there we go. And
The Pokestops.
why is that still up? Go away.
All right, you can do it. There we go. All right.
So, yes. In today's episode, we discovered that Pete does not know that you cannot fly in space, unless perhaps you're Kal-El. And I'm not even sure he should have been able to fly in space, because theoretically Kal-El can't fly. Superman was only supposed to be able to break Earth's gravity because he was incredibly strong due to the color of our sun and its impact on his system, and jump great distances a la the Hulk.
Okay. But he could survive space without being ripped apart due to its vacuum, and he didn't need to breathe.
A la the Hulk.
Not Hulk. Because
Oh.
Hulk had to breathe.
Hulk could hold his breath, though.
For how long?
Quite a long time.
Not as long as Kal-El.
Well, not as long as Kal-El, but
How long could Superman hold his breath for?
I don't know. But eventually, Batman did create a suit for him to travel in space.
A suit for Superman
Mm-hmm.
to travel in space?
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of defeats the purpose, considering he got all of his power from the sun.
Why do you think he needed a suit?
To stop the power of the Superman that he voluntarily wore the suit for?
So if he travels out of the range of our sun to a sun that's a different color, what happens to him?
Okay, so if you're saying
remember,
that
he's
it was
solar powered.
like instead of like the M dwarf, it went to like a K or O, and it wasn't like.
It's different light spectrum. And supposedly it was our yellow sun that gave him his powers.
Okay, well, any of them that are like KGBF08 or M are in the high hydrogen emitting spectrum, which is why in that Elite Dangerous game you can fuel scoop or use your hose.
Do we
Shove your hose in it.
Your SS
SST.
star sucking tube, yes. But was it the spectrum of the light, or was it the hydrogen that made him more powerful? We don't know. Because you remember,
Well,
Superman.
you don't really get hydrogen outside of, say, the game would call it the exclusion zone.
Yeah,
You got to
so-
be close enough to the exclusion zone in order to get the hydrogen.
So essentially, let's just say Superman's solar powered, right? Just
Okay.
call it that. So if he leaves the range of our yellow sun and goes to say it starts with a red sun, does he have power?
You know,
Not
does
so
Superman require water?
He drank in the movies?
Yeah, he drank plenty of water in the
And he
movies.
ate? Could
Yeah,
you imagine
didn't eat,
super
though.
diarrhea? Dude. That'd have been some jacked up
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll give him some real Chinese food.
20th floor of that apartment building. Boom! Hole straight through the
man.
ground.
That reminds me of
that's
that.
not good.
Remember that movie 43? The movie called Movie 43?
No.
Well, it was a speed dating thing with Batman and Robin were in there and they meet Lois Lane in speed dating. And Batman's underneath the table telling Robin what to say to Lois Lane. And eventually ends up kicking Robin out of the chair, and Batman's sitting there and speed dating with Lois Lane after her and Superman broke up, and she was explaining how it would go
Not
off
even possible.
like a shotgun.
Not even possible. Not even possible.
Well,
Because theoretically, he'd have killed her the first time.
oh yes.
The only creature on this planet that would have survived that would have been Wonder Woman, because she ain't even human. So,
Well, yeah, probably. Oh boy.
but she's not human, so it doesn't make a difference.
Oh boy. I like Wonder Woman. I
Yeah,
like
but
the
she's-
old Wonder Woman.
but
I
she's-
like the new Wonder Woman.
But she's claymation.
That claymation's for me, man. I'll take some clay.
That's just sad.
I like the old Wonder Woman.
But she's
and
still claymation.
I like the new Wonder Woman.
She's still claymation, man.
and all right, I like that claymation.
Because they're not human.
Fair. It's fine by me.
Okay.
All right.
They're golems, though. If you actually go into the
Yeah,
into
hey,
concept of
but
golems.
remember the fact that we get all that stuff, and we know that those problems exist, first world problems.
But that we know that Wonder Woman's a golem.
But she's not human.
I wonder if Wonder Woman would be able to beat Goku in battle.
Hmm.
That'd be interesting.
I don't care about Goku, but I love watching her in battle.
I care about Goku. Goku beat Superman. Well, he did. Did he actually beat Superman? He jacked
No.
Superman up pretty bad. He jacked Superman up pretty bad.
You know who beat Superman?
Who?
Nobody.
Yeah, no. Goku beat Superman.
Not even Doomsday. Oh, you know what?
Doomsday beat Superman.
Doomsday beat Superman.
Twice. In the comic books
Well-
and on the screen, on the big
Well,
screen.
on the big screen, that wasn't really Doomsday.
Well, no, because
No.
Doomsday was far.
In the comic books, he actually did kill Superman, though.
Well, no, not
Like, permanently.
No, because he came back.
He did, but
But he didn't come back as
wasn't Superman.
Superman. He came back as something far more than
Yeah, it was
we ever
sinister.
even thought. Well, it wasn't sinister. It was just really overpowered. I mean, really overpowered.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which adjective to use. There.
They turned it down though. They turned it back down because
It
people
was-
did not like it when
He
he
was
came
cranked
back.
up to
and
11.
He was really. They
He was-
thought he was bad when he was Superman.
He was basically a god.
He
That-
was a god at that point. It was just stupid.
Yeah, Superman.
He didn't fly anymore. He
didn't
He
need
was
to.
a bolt of energy. I'm like, what?
He wouldn't have to fly.
Cause,
It wouldn't matter.
so
He had Yoda's powers as the powers.
So in essence, we gotta wrap this up though. But in essence, his form was only a chrysalis for what's possible. I mean, can you imagine what happens if they kill him again? Because
Yeah.
apparently he can't
Well,
die.
it's like-
He just comes back stronger.
It's like in Aladdin.
He's just like Goku.
It's like in Aladdin, right? Well, at least it reminds me of Aladdin with the genie. Huge ultimate power! Living space! He's in a comic.
And with that, we're gonna wrap up tonight's episode of I'm not sure if Pete's sane. I mean, not robots.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, bitches, complaints, or gripes about anything you heard
Or
here,
want to talk about Goku and or Farscape. Love me some Farscape.
or Superman.
Who?
Yeah, okay. You can either ask somebody smarter than you, or you can email us at notrobotsquestions@gmail.com, or you can send us a good chinwagon at anchor.fm/not-robots.
What's that email again, Pete?
That would be
That was fun.
Not robotsquestions@gmail.com. See, I'm not used to doing that twice. Thanks, man.
And if you ever invent an SST, remember, I get royalties because I'm the one that came up with the star sucking tube.
Yeah, stick this in your tube and suck it. Not robots out.
That made no sense.
Yeah, thanks, man. I needed that.
That made no sense whatsoever.
First world problems.
Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna disconnect, go upstairs, take my shower, and pass the F out so I can be back up at 4.
Oh man, I am going to disconnect, pack all this crap up, and so I can go home, get my shower, and wake
Be up
up
at
at
4.
4. Oh boy.
4 sucks.
You know, yeah, it does. I was looking at and editing the video from the last one, and when it's daytime, this being bright behind us,
Too much glare-ish.
well, it's fine for me, but dude,
I'm gone.
You're a black space.
Yes! We need to film all of them like that.
The real
Who's he
Reaper.
talking to? Is there somebody in that chair? I am the Reaper.
Well, you can't say the old goofy slang of eyes and teeth because the eyes are covered.
Gotta wear sunglasses for a
It's
reason.
basically the logo on your shirt that said Star Wars and your teeth.
Yes, the Reaper.
You as a silhouette.
Oh, we gotta do. So I need an all black shirt and the sunglasses.
I have the black mask thing too. The what are they called? The fishing masks, the ones for getting sun off you.
No, but I need the Assassin's. I need just the Assassin's Creed cowl, hero, hanging.
I don't know what it looks like. Is it like the beak looking thing? The Assassin's Creed beak. Assassin's beak. Assassino.
I'm trying to figure out what to search for.
Assassin's Creed mask. Well, which one? Because there was a bunch of Assassin's Creed. There was a pirate one too, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it's the traditional one. So Assassin's Creed. And
Click
what was
images.
he wearing? What was he wearing? What's that thing called?
Mask.
No, his jacket, his tunic.
Nobody knows what the
his
heck it's
tunic.
called. Just type mask.
How about we go tunic? Because it's not a mask. It's
Uniform.
There
There you go. Uniform.
No, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Wow, that's the old days of the very first one with the Crusaders, isn't it? Like,
see, if I could just get the top part of that.
What is that?
Just screw that. That's the pirate one, I think.
With a metal mask?
No, that's a mannequin.
I'm looking for the man in the metal. That's not how it goes, is it? I'm asking him. Oh, Wish, yeah. That website.
See, if I need
yeah,
just the top part.
Do you want the coronavirus? Because
no, I'm just saying. I'm not saying get it from Wish. Oh my lord.
Apparently, that's where it's coming from these days.
There we go. Here we go.
I have to cut that out. His Wish has got a lot of cool stuff on there. I don't want them. Going, hey, that's negative. Oh, I get a sound effect for if we accidentally curse on it. It's
see,
I
just need so you can, or even see that. I need that effect just from here, the hang.
It looks like a beak. It's a beak.
It's not a beak. It's just the way it hangs.
That looks like a beak. It's a beak.
That's just the way it hangs.
It's Assassin's beak.
Fine.
Assassin's crow. Fine. Just fine. Great. Gosh, golly gee whiz.
There we go.
What the heck is that?
I just don't need. I just would really like that. Could you make that for me?
Honestly, I want to make that just looking at
Could
it.
you make that for me?
That's a scythe from.
That's
I can't even say it's like from hell. That's cooler.
that's awesomeness right
I
there.
like the lantern hanging off the side of it too. You could do that too.
I don't want people to know the way. I just want them to die.
I don't want you to see me coming.
I
just want you to die.
Exactly. So you see, I need to get me the cowl, and I'll lay the scythe across my lap.
What really sucks about this setback with a house? More time that I don't get the blacksmith.
That's true. There goes my axe and my gladius seed. Gladii. Yeah.
Gladius's.
I was gonna be really glad.
Gladius's. Gladius-I. Gladii?
Gladiator.
Gladys?
Glade. Because it makes everything smell fresh. And
Does it though?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't bought them.
We can make that.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work, but it would be worth it.
And I don't.
Oh, and it would need to be etched afterwards with all the extra darkness to it too. Oh,
and
so
I don't
cool.
want it to be. I don't want the blade to be perfect. I want the blade to be just like that.
Well, I know the apocalyptic looking stuff looks awesome.
Come on. Dang it.
Did you ever see the gigantic knife that I made for a guy in exchange for car parts?
No.
Well, I made a handle where the end of it was flared, and it was like this long, and it had a head to it, basically. Like, afterwards, when I handed it to him, he was like, "Did you purposely make the handle shaped like a dick?"
Oh my God.
And I was like, "No, why?"
It's worse up close and personal.
Oh my God, that looks so cool.
Yes!
Dude.
It looks like it's a piece of fucking onyx.
Nice.
All nice and jagged and grrr.
Dragon glass.
Yes!
Yes. So, anyway, so this knife, right, the blade is like this long. It's like a foot
Wait,
and
is
a
that
half.
like Crocodile Dundee? That's not a knife.
This is a knife. That was
This
the
is a
idea.
knife.
The idea of it was to be where you could hold it down by the end of the flared portion, the head of it, and you could use it like a machete, where you could choke up onto the guard and use it like a knife. Right? The handle was pretty long too. But anyways, the
So
shape
you
of the
could
handle,
two-handle sword it.
after it was
short-handed.
done, I didn't notice, but he's like, "Hey, did you make the handle of this thing shaped like a dick on purpose?" And I was like,
What?
"What?" And I looked at it again, I'm like, "Oh my God, you're right. It looks like it's a freaking dildo." I didn't mean to do it. What I meant to do was I
So
was
it
going
was
to
a
carve.
two-bagger.
Well, the whole thing, I was going to carve a snake head into the handle. I was going to do the scales and everything for the grip. I was going to do the eyes and all that stuff. And I got done before I get to that point, because it's right at the end. It's after the handle's on. It's after you draw it all out. And once I was done drawing, I was like, man, it's going to take a lot of work. But man, it's going to look so cool. And I go to start laying out the design, and I was like, man, I'm trading this shit for car parts. He didn't ask for any of that, so I stopped. But I left the shape of the head for the snake still on there without shaping it like a snake. It's still shaped like it's like a pecker head, basically. But oh wow. I don't know about the spikes.
I don't like the
head.
spikes, but where it goes
I
all
like-
fucking and then it goes
I
into
like
this.
it has like,
The bitch is serrated.
well, it's got like,
Holy crap.
serrations are a lot of work too, but they look cool. Look at how the
Yes.
head of this is with skulls and stuff.
Yes, that's nice.
I could do heavy hammer marks across the whole back, and then afterwards I can Dremel skulls into those hammer marks. Ooh, I could make a hammer.
Oh, sorry.
I could make a hammer that's reversed imprinted. So when you hit something, the divot itself becomes a skull, where the face of the hammer is a skull. So when you hit it, it makes skull
Okay,
hammer marks.
you know how many weapons you're gonna have to make for me? The police are gonna come for me. Your people are gonna come for me.
God damn it, I need a house now! Damn it, I want to go back up. You know, there's so many things that I've done in my life. Driving and going overseas and shooting people and the work. The one thing that really resonated with me
Was hitting metal with a big fucking hammer?
Beating the shit out of something that is so hot it could go through you like your butter.
You mean like maybe Kim Kardashian? No, she's not hot. Oh my God, that was Spawn.
So it's Spawn Scythe?
Oh no, that's Venom.
Huh. Oh, let me turn this thing off. We got enough.
Oh my God, that's badass.